not ready yet. This was a mistake. A couple of years ago, me and my PC got into a car accident. Um, at first, it wasn't too bad. Like, everybody was fine. No one got hurt or anything. A lot of my stuff got just like damaged, and some of it got lost on the freeway. But I was able to get, or I'll insert some footage of the PC, or my PC, after the car accident. We were able to rebuild it, or I was able to rebuild it at a friend's house, or a friend's. He lived nearby, or near where I'd gotten in the car accident, and so he and I were able to repair the PC, put everything back together, and for the last couple of years, it's been totally fine. But recently, I'd say as of like a few months ago, maybe New Year's, maybe a little bit before New Year's, I've started running into some major like black screen issues and crashing. So thankfully, I have started streaming on Twitch. Follow me. I'm not quite regular with the schedule, but part of that is also to do with my PC hasn't freaking been stable. I keep on getting like these black screens where like all three of my screens, all three monitors, they go black. And then audio keeps playing, and then eventually audio cuts out and I have to do a hard reset. And sometimes I have to do that like 3-4 times in a night. Freaking, it's so frustrating, especially when we're playing like GTFO. Follow me, Twitch TV /StrongSat with a 0 instead of an O. Something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. But thankfully, one of my viewers, Cap'n, thank you. He's essentially become like the IT guy for the like Dark Souls or speedrunning community, which is fun, or Dark Souls Twitch streaming community, which is fun. And so he's been helping me diagnose issues with my PC. So one thing that he noticed, or we've been going through and like checking a bunch of settings, and I've been sending him information. I don't know everything that I'm doing. He's been awesome. But so something that he noticed is that my CPU is getting pretty hot, and so I figured now would be a good time. Oh, part of that. I figured now would be a good time to replace the CPU. So I never replaced the CPU cooler. I never replaced the CPU cooler after the car accident. It was a deep cool AK620 Zero Dark, and instead of, I think I have some photos of what it looks like, so I'll just like put those in right there. Instead of like replacing it, I just kind of bent it back into place, and I figured, that's good enough. And so now that I know that it might be getting, it might not be working, and my suspicion is, sorry, my suspicion is that the CPU cooler is failing. But I'm also worried about the power supply. So here's the good news. I have a replacement, all-in-one AIO, all-in-one liquid 240 millimeter liquid cooler that I'm going to be replacing the AK620 with. It is we're gonna look at it. It is a Corsair. Yes, it is from Corsair. It is a Corsair Nautilus 240. I'm not reading it right now. Nautilus 240 RS ARGB AIO liquid cooler. 1 sec. Okay. I'm not sure where we left off. Well, so I got this, or I'm going to be replacing the AK620 with this Corsair Nautilus 240 RS ARGB AIO liquid cooler. And now I have to say thank you to Amazon for sending the cooler to me for a review, in exchange for a review. So it was free. I have to pay taxes on it still. So like, does that actually mean it's free? If I have to pay taxes on something that somebody gives me, I feel like that's not free because I still have to pay money. I'm probably going to cut all of that out. I don't want to talk about Amazon or like the review program. Okay. Okay, and now I have to say thank you to Amazon for sending me this cooler in exchange for a written review. This is going to be awesome. And let's go ahead and get her unfreaking boxed. Okay, I'm probably going to... Nah, you can stay over there. This side, you're supposed to open this side. You can tell... Oh, wait, you might actually... How do I want to do this? There's that. Probably have to blur part of this out. Okay. This part has like a handy little Here, we're gonna change one more thing. Sorry, I'm scared of using my camera still. It was really expensive, and so in exchange for buying it, I just like didn't use it because I was scared. But that's like so stupid. That's so stupid. So now we're using it. We're gonna do the things I always wanted to do. Okay? Alright, so we're opening here. You can tell that this is where you're supposed to open it from because of the way it is. Right. My hair is all skawonkus. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be playing... I am supposed to be playing modded co-op Dark Souls in like 3 hours, I think. I don't know. Cyberhorst. Follow Cyberhorst on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Cyberhorst. And then follow me, twitch.tv/StrongSad with a 0 instead of an O. Follow both of us because we'll be streaming Dark Souls co-op. There's a new mod. We're going to be streaming that together. The latency might be crazy bad because he lives in Germany and I live in Seattle. And like those places are very far apart. But we're not worried about that right now. We are talking about this, and we need to get this installed. We need to get this installed so we can play. And we're also playing with Captain Diabetes. He's my IT guy. He's been helping me a shit ton. So again, thank you. I wouldn't be able to do this without you because I'm a coward. Should this stay like in the shot? I feel like I'm gonna burn the box later. That's a lie. I'm gonna recycle it. I recycle it. Wow, did you hear that? Crazy sound. Okay, so we're inside we're inside the box now. And what do we see? Popcorn popping on the apricot tree. Such a great surprise. Fuck. I don't have my glasses on, so like I'm trying to see if my screen is like properly focusing on my face and stuff. But like that's a futile gesture into insanity. Hopefully I'm speaking like coherently too. I'm right now we are perched on top of a trash can. It's the only thing that was tall enough to serve as like a standing desk so that I could have okay, wait. Okay. Thumb nut. Intel LGA 1700 1851. That's an old year. AMD standoff. Money baby. Money baby. I don't know what these B240 screws are for. Oh, this is the B240. I think the whole thing is the B240. Okay, so I got the hardware I need, I'm pretty sure. Okay. LGA bracket. Do you think I'm gonna have to change? Do you think, so I got this AMD backplate. Do you think I need to change the backplates, or do you think the AK 620 backplate will work? Cause that'd be pretty sick if I don't need to change it. Cause I don't really want to change the backplate. I'm kind of scared. I don't want to. If I break stuff in my PC, I can't afford to fix it. Subscribe, like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitch. Please, please, I need you. I need you, dear viewer. Please, I will beg you. Not much more than that, though. That I can... JK. Sometimes if you come and watch me on Twitch, sometimes I read books to you from inside of Oblivion Remastered. Sometimes I do different voices for the different characters. Sometimes the books are too long and I get bored of them and I just like, I don't want to finish them. Sometimes, it's a good time. You should be there. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Back into this. We've got a few things out. I'm fantasizing about not needing to install this. Like, God, I fucking hope I don't need to. We're gonna find out. It's like, editor, that's me in the future. Editor, right here, like, fast forward to the future and like show what my reaction is when I find out if this actually has to be installed or not. Just like give like a like a blooper, or not like a blooper, like a preview. Give us a preview. Yeah. Yeah, I've already looked at that shit. I'm an idiot. Sorry. Very sorry. But everything's itchy. My whole body. I'm covered in hair. All right. That's the head. That's the real beast of the unit right there. Okay, there's the beauty. So we got the cooler there. Information. This is important. It's probably very important. You should read it. You should read it. Okay, so then there's a lot of different plugs coming out of these fans. I might just you know. Why are there so many cords coming out of these fans? Are they just... Don't do this at home. I didn't break your shit. I didn't break your shit. I genuinely do not know why this has two different power connection types coming out of it. I find that kind of odd. It's a little bit strange, okay? So far, it's a great cooler. It looks wonderful. It's beautiful. At least from what I can tell. The entire thing, from the factory to the packaging to the unboxing, wonderful experience. Couldn't have asked for more. JK, you probably just left. You probably left the video. You're probably like, this dude, I can't fuck with him now. He just impersonated someone. Well, I just dumped those screws all over the place. Okay, first thing, Corsair. I know the paper packaging is green and all, but fuck this bullshit. Your screws, because your glue fucking sucks, so my screws are just all over the place now. That sucks. It's not like that big of a deal, but it's enough to like comment on it. Yeah, that's it. It's like a minor annoyance. This looks tight. Now we're gonna put it in my PC. I'm curious if I can put my PC up here. It's kind of a precarious place to put it though. We'll find out together. You and I, dear viewer. I don't use Intel. Fuck Intel. Like, their shit runs hot as hell. Not in this house. JK, like, Intel's not that bad. Like, Intel's actually pretty legit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Oh, yeah, you can see in the background here. Just to show my appreciation to Intel, I'm actually using an N97 mini PC behind us, and holy hell, that N97 is a real fucking awesome little CPU for a mini PC. Emulation is great. So is just like light gaming. It does like Persona games. Oh, perfect, golden. Oh, pun intended. Oh my god, I am on fucking fire. JK, I'm sorry if this is all cringe. This could all be very fucking cringe. I hope it's not cringe. God damn it. I'm tired. It's late. I only film at night because I know I won't be interrupted. It's late. Yeah, so this is cool. Ow, fuck, I stubbed my toe. 2 RGB fans. Here's It's a chonky. There's a chonky head on that boy. It's a thick, like. If it wasn't so long, I'd say it was wider. I'm just gonna set this on the box, on its box. Yep, on the ground. Okay, so you've seen what the PC used to look like post-car accident. Now, we're gonna show you the current build. Oh, okay. Ooh. Ayo. Okay. So as you can see, I've never actually played Tunic. I started it. I wasn't in the mood at the time, but I really liked what I saw. That's all I can say. That's all I can fucking say. I wish I could say more. Oh, okay. Sorry, I got distracted. You know what they say, cart before the horse. Then we got Lewitt right here. Now I'll go and grab it. Oopsies. Whammo. Really like their mics. The 440 Pure. Ooh, I think it sounds beautiful. But the problem is, my room is really loud, and my AC needs to be on now that it's summertime. So I've gone back to my SM57. So when I can turn the AC unit off, I'll be streaming with this mic again. And if once I get into like a treated space that doesn't need AC, then I'll use this mic again. But until then, I'm not. All right. Then this is I don't know how you say it. Just kidding. Just fucking. I'm not an idiot. DJI. We got some Play Asia. I love Asians. Float Plane. Everybody, you should know who Float Plane is. Who they are. I swear to God, I just cleaned this PC and it's already fucking dirty again. Is that square? Is that shot square? Who knows? Who knows? You know. My lips are chapped. Whenever I start recording stuff, my lips get chapped and then they show up really red. And I hate it. I hate how they look when they're red. Because this camera picks up reds really well. Alright. And then, obviously, One Piece. Yeah, One Piece, because One Piece is freaking awesome. Karakoram, I used to work for them. Karakoram is a backcountry snowboard binding company. They're fucking legit. Buy their bindings. Their bindings are sick. They make backcountry touring bindings. They also make, they fix like in places downhill bindings as well. Yeah, Pokemon, big fan. And then I did fix this PC, and it should be fine, but it's also it's been a hot mess recently. But yeah, That's that on the outside. No one cares about the stickers. Like, that's my favorite part, but everybody's always like, oh yeah, you got stickers, but what GPU are you using? I'm like, oh, it's a 4090. Okay, I just cleaned this thing. It is so dirty. I think image stabilization's fucking with me. Okay. So, we need to get the fans out. Oh, it's so dark in there. Well, I'm not gonna do. You don't need to see what I'm doing. I'm doing surgery. That's what I'm doing. It's pretty bad. Should be that color. Should be that color. That's that color. I'm in a very dusty environment. A lot of dust. I'm happy you can't see the tower. That's the best part, is you can't see the tower. It's very dusty. Okay, wait, hold on. Watch this. Ow. Ow. Fuck. We're gonna grab our screwdriver, lttstore.com. And we're taking this tower off. Now, what I don't want to happen is I don't want the CPU to come out of the socket. Because the last time I took this off, the CPU just ripped on out. Didn't like that. I don't like that. Don't do that again, please. Sorry, I'm nervous. It's not even that dusty. It's just like... It's mainly just like this. It looks really dusty, especially when you see it like that. Like, oh, but it's. Yeah, it's pretty dusty. It's pretty dusty. Wow, yeah, like these like lines on my hands. Well, I'll vacuum that out. What am I doing? Okay, neck ID, Tanto, we're gonna see how I just wanna, that seems to have worked reasonably well. I need to go get paper towel. Any towel, really. One moment, please. Okay. Alright, I'm back with the paper towel. That's what I left for. I kind of cleaned the tower off a little bit. Okay, so I need to remove case fans because the AIO is going to be replacing them, which is kind of nice. I will have to go in the back of the case to detach these though. Sorry, I also took a break to let the AC run. Forgot about that part. Okay. This is where it's kind of hard to show you with how this is set. That's a lie. Okay. This is the first time. There we go. This is the first time I've really appreciated the Corsair Commando, or it's like RGB controller thing. Man, that's convenient for just unhooking fans. When I can freaking unhook them. Okay. So we're removing 4 fans total, which will be replaced by 2 fans and a radiator, which is crazy to me. I don't get how it's so dusty in here. Like, I sweep regularly. Has it just really been that long since I cleaned it last? The front fans are filthy. Absolutely filthy. Okay, so from here, we need to install the AIO. Okay, so it uses a very different mount. Okay, I have the AMD bracket, AMD standoffs, I feel like I'm missing something. I'm going back in the box really quick. Back in the box. Back in the box. Going back in the box. Back in the box. Back in the box and back in the box. Yeah, going back in the box. Okay, thumb nuts. Need those. There aren't instructions at all. Give me a moment. Okay, so it's been like 2 minutes, if that, since I was recording last. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna. I think I watched like the beginning of a different AIO's installation. I'm just gonna wing it. I'm going for it. So we're gonna remove this stuff. Nice. Nice. Okay, putting the old stuff in the box. Okay. I'm tripping. That's it. Then that can't be right. Okay, okay. I know what to do. We got this, homies. Okay, just grounded myself. I don't want to shock anything. So I'm removing the old standoffs. Installing new ones. Now you can see the back of my hand even better. Okay. So that's like that. Don't need these. Gonna go back to this old way. Don't need these anymore. These nuts. Now, I think is that bracket supposed to go on there? I think it is. Yeah, I think that bracket goes on there. I don't know if you can see that or not. One sec. I'm gonna watch another part of a video. Okay, I figured it out. Oopsies. This comes pre-installed with the Intel freaking yeah, with Intel's bracket, CPU bracket. This comes pre-installed. The cooler comes pre-installed with Intel's CPU bracket, whatever. Did I say that right? I hope so. Okay, so I'm gonna install this, and then we'll see from there. So I think I'm gonna go. What's the best way to do this? Like that? Is there a proper orientation for how the tubes go? Fuck. I was scared I didn't hit record. Look at this. And I'm going to use the included screwdriver. Almost immediately regretted my decision. Might I add? Oh, we should probably... look up proper orientation now before I put in all 8 screws. Okay. So I need this. Oopsies. Caught it. This, in theory, has more than enough paste. So that's the pump fan. Pump fan. Pump fan. Pump fan. Okay, I'm going to put the back case back on. And get this back on his back. We're gonna get back on the back, the heart attack, before we go up and edit that out. Cut the audio there. Okay. Back here. Slide that off. Slide that on. feel like this didn't come with enough cables. Maybe. I don't know. I guess that header is pretty dang close. Okay, pump fans don't want to go in like that. Well, I need extensions for these pump fans. I'm going to get the wires pushed out of the way for now. I'm going to install this pump, and then we will see. Okay, again, in theory, enough thermal paste. I don't trust it. I have a little bit more somewhere. Really at the back of the shelf. God damn. Oopsies. Box. I'm gonna be just below you. Ooh, almost knocked the whole thing over. That would suck. Lol. Well, there's definitely more than enough on there now. You know what they say, when enough is enough, why not more? Okay. We're on there. We're there. Going back to the LTT screwdriver. Okay, the biggest difference so far for me is just the space savings of the liquid cooler. Like, it's so much more open inside the case now without that huge air cooler in here. And, like, I can access the RAM without having to remove the entire air cooler or the entire CPU cooler now. That's actually that's a pretty significant difference outside of just like potentially having different thermal whatevers. Like, it's just like, it's interesting that it's the form factor is more convenient than just like, oh, it's liquid. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. I'm a weirdo. Okay. So now we just need to get it plugged in. We need to get everything plugged in. I think I might switch out these short, like, I don't like the fans. I don't like the cables on these fans. You know what? Yeah, I am. We're putting these fans in there. Or, because like they use a different RGB cable, which is annoying. What the frick? Okay, yep, we're switching fans. Which means we're going to take this out again. That's annoying. I even said... coming out like that. That should be fine. Seem like nice fans. It's just, why isn't it IQ compatible? Seems like a weird decision. And why are the cables so freaking short? Where did I set those fans? I'm not talking about you at home. Oh, I'm cleaning the fans. A little bit at least. I'm getting the dust off. Like a gentleman. Do I want the cords on the bottom? Yeah. Oopsies. Oh, I'm cleaning the fan again. It's dusty, so I'm trying to do it low. Okay. The fans are cleaned. Heck yeah. Both of them. Watch that be the thing that like breaks my computer. I'd be so pissed. I would cry. I would cry on camera. I would film myself crying on camera, and I would post it on the internet if I dropped a screwdriver, lttstore.com, and it broke my fucking 4090. I would cry, and I would cry, and I would cry, and I would cry, and I would keep crying, and then I would keep on crying because I can't afford to freaking replace this. I would be so sad. I'd have to game on a fucking MacBook. You know how sad I'd be? Fucking devastating. Can you imagine playing games on the same machine you edit photos on? Right? Like, what am I, a peasant? JK. Fuck. Say, don't leave. I'm sorry. Okay, boom. Roasted. It's gonna kind of be a pain to get these cables routed, but or will it? Okay, cords are passed through to the back side. Gee, wow, that went easy. Okay, hanging. It's hanging. Got some wires where they shouldn't be. 2 more screws and this is secured. Nice. Hey, boom, roasted. That's my first ever AIO installed. This is gonna be, I fucking hope this doesn't leak. There's a 4090 sitting under it. Like, my God, why don't we put liquid coolers on the fucking bottom of the case, like down here? And then we put this, and then we put the power supply back at the top of the case like it used to be in the old days. And we put all the water and the liquid underneath where my GPU is. Just in case. Just in case. You never know. Just in case. Who's Justin? I don't know. Fuck me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. Thought I bent the door. I didn't. The door bent me. Oh, I never installed the temperature sensors, so now might be a good time for that. Huh. I chose a very inconvenient place for that tape. Nice. That should be good. I need a flashlight. Okay. I got the ARGB. Oh, ouchie. That hurt my ears. So I got the RGB cable to run down now. So I have it down around and under here. And I'm going to plug it into the number 1A RGB spot. Installed. Okay. Looking for the CPU pump header. Well, we're gonna go there. Okay. I think it's back together now. I plugged it into spot number 6. Okay. Heck yeah. Installed. Hopefully that looks okay. Does that look right? Does that look wrong? Tell me in the comments if that looks wrong. Then I'll change it because I'll be self-conscious at that point probably. Up to this point, we got 30 minutes left in this SD card. We've almost done 256 gigabytes of fucking recording here, people. You need to understand how serious this is. Serious business. Serious business. All right. Let's get these panels back on. Where's the glass panel? It's over here. Said, oh my god. Alright. Sweet. Uh-oh. It's working. It's working. It's working. There we go. Okay, it has been several weeks since I finished the PC. It's done. It's done. It's there. It's running gloriously with beauty and power. But that also means I didn't record any of it. So I had to write down in this notes and thoughts journal everything that you guys missed that I didn't get on film. And this is it. So if we reflect back to earlier in the video, I mentioned the fans and how they become the bane of my existence. The Corsair Commander is a cool product in concept. If I was still using IQ or the IQ software, it'd be freaking awesome. But it makes it so the fans are not accessible through the BIOS menu, which is like, that's just a deal breaker right there. I didn't realize that was a thing until like trying to set fan speeds in BIOS, and then like that's, you just can't do that with the Corsair Commander. Corsair Commander Pro. I think that's the one I have. I can't remember it fully. So yeah, if you want to undervolt or like overclock and control your like fan curves, you can use fan control, and that's one of the things that I did with you guys not here. You can use fan control still, and fan control will take over all of the, or you have to get the Corsair IQ plugin for fan control, and then you can take over all of your controls still. But that doesn't give you, that just sticks you, or it gets you stuck on like a standard profile that doesn't react while you're in the BIOS. So it makes a little bit of a conundrum for having a really hot CPU when you boot up, which is frustrating. I think I was seeing spikes of like 86 degrees before it would settle back down to like 30 something or 40 something with the new 240. So it's a little bit ridiculous. But okay, before we dodge, or before we get into the rest of what we missed, the Corsair Nautilus ARGB 240 ARGB AIO, whatever it's freaking called, it's a pretty decent little AIO water cooler. It is like there's still some thermal spikes, yes, but it totally handles the 38 or the 7800 X3D. Like while gaming and while doing all the benchmarks, I don't think it ever. Well, I got the achievement for having the CPU not cross the 65 degree threshold. And for the most case, I think it's more like in the mid 50s under load right now, which is like, honestly, is very hot for a 7800 X3D. But all things considered is pretty cool for a CPU. But yeah. So I like the cooler. It's probably better on like an i5 than an i7. Or R7, R5. They're the same naming conventions, god damn it. So you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean. Like a 7 class is probably better on a 5 class CPU than a 7 class or 9 class. That's where like your Arctic chiller 30 or 360 millimeters is going to come in. Which I do think they have a 360 millimeter AIO. I don't know what that's like. I'm sure it's going to be similar to the Arctic 360 because a radiator is a radiator and a fan's a fan and a heatsink's a heatsink. It's like, I don't know. Okay, so what did you guys miss? What did I have to do to fully optimize and undervolt my PC to get it into its pinnacle, like peak tip-top shape and performance? Lot of plosives right there. God damn. Sorry, Mike. Talking to my camera, I don't know anyone named Mike. I don't have an editor or anything. My camera and the mic on it. Sorry. Okay, what did we do off camera? So we changed the fans on the radiator. We changed the fans on the radiator, removed all the fans from the Corsair Commander because it was blocking control of fans from BIOS for overclocking. The fans were non-responsive. Oh, that's right. Okay, so in some of my initial testing, the fans were running at a constant RPM and then just wouldn't react. No matter how hot the CPU was getting, no matter like the overall temperature of the case, the fans stayed at like 998 RPM and they would not adjust. I believe that's because I didn't have IQ installed, or I had removed IQ because I wanted to be able to use fan control. So I may have shot myself in the foot, and a lot of my issues were possibly like self-created because I used that Corsair Commander Pro initially to start. It's really great for RGB. It's like, that is true. Except it's not if you don't have. Oh wait, there's an open source RGB app I was supposed to get that I haven't done yet. Which I don't have to, I don't think, anymore. No, okay. Yeah, I do. The front case fans on this are still not lighting up. So I'm going to get that open software RGB software. Open source RGB software. I've been up since 1 a.m. So bear with me. Okay. After removing the Rogue Commando, I set all fans to max on boot. Okay, yes, this is important. Whenever the PC boots now, all fans, radiator pump, radiator fans, exhaust fans, intake fans, not GPU fans. Like, that's, I don't think it's, you don't need max GPU fans. But everything is set to max fan speed on boot. Then I enabled PBO, which is, that's how you undervolt and overclock your CPU. I disabled the integrated GPU. I entered into the overclocking menu, the PBO menu, and then I set all of the power constraints to max. We can probably get some B-roll of this. Maybe. I might not. This is weeks in the making. So I'm probably just gonna grab this, shove it right at the end of the last video that I've already like somewhat kind of edited. Not really, very basic, like light edit. Ooh, quote unquote edited. And we're gonna call it a day because we're gonna make just a shitty video and be happy with it. Okay. We did all those things, and then we got 3 pieces of software: Afterburner, Fan Control, and Hardware Info 64. HWINFO64. With those 3 pieces of software, you should be able to apply an undervolt and overclock on your GPU and CPU. This is all going to be GPU based. We handle the CPU in the BIOS, so I'm an idiot. I apologize. But yes, this is going to be mainly GPU focused from here on out. Ooh, because of that, so what did I do? I missed some notes. I set all cores to -30 and something else. There was something else I did. Okay, but I set all the cores to -30 megavolt MV, and that was running stable, and I just left it there because Google told me, and Reddit's included in Google now, not actually, just like in my head, but Google and Reddit told me that -30 megavolt was like good. It was like that's like that's where you want to be for undervolting your 7800 X3D. So I did that, running stably, totally fine, was great. To test that, I used OCCT, the free. I think I got a free trial. I can't remember if there's a paid something with that. There's a lot of software. There's a lot of new software. Captain Diabetes, thank you for all your help. Like, my God, I wouldn't have done this alone, or I would not have been able to do this alone. A lot of new software. So I lied about Afterburner, Fan Control, and Hardware Info 64 being the only pieces of software you need. You also, so we used Heaven. That's a DirectX 9 test. We used Heaven to test stability at first, and then we used 3D Mark. I didn't own that, and so I got a key from cdkeys.com for like $5 or something like that. Fucking great deal. Very happy I did that. cdkeys.com, fantastic place to get your keys. I got Clair Obscur Expedition 44 Deluxe Edition for $42 on release, like within the release week. That's a $60 game for $18 off from CD Keys. Not sponsored, I just love them. Oblivion Remastered, also got it for less than $42 on release day. Like, it's not huge savings, but that adds up quickly, and it is somewhat substantial. cdkeys.com, get your game code keys from there. They are legal. They are a reputable distributor of keys, and I think they're all guaranteed to be directly from publishers or developers or something like that. I don't fucking know. Now I'm talking out of my ass. Back to the regular scheduled programming. Okay, other pieces of software that you need are Heaven Benchmark, Furmark 3D. God damn it. Okay, Benchmate. We need Benchmate for Cinebench R23. That is a CPU bound test, and we also use that for testing our undervolt on the CPU. So at first, I'm doing this all out of order, but who cares? After doing the undervolt, I also did a 30-minute stable R23 run just to make sure everything was good. But that was after the OCCT and doing like a 20-minute exercise per core, and then like running through them to make sure that every core was stable individually and in duo or something like that. I don't know. I'm stupid. I don't fully understand everything I did. I'm sorry. But okay. We used Furmark. I can't remember what we used Furmark for. I think that's a GPU benchmark. We used it like once and then we never went back. I don't know. Okay, Benchmate. 3D Mark is the big boy here. I started talking on that, and then CD Keys. Yeah, here we are now. So that $5 doesn't get you every benchmark, but it gets you all the benchmarks that you need. There's like 2 additional DLCs for 3D Mark that you can add on to it. I didn't get them. I don't know if they're useful or not. They might be. I just know that Time Spy, Steel Nomad, and then like the ray tracing ones, those are like the main ones. But I ran tests. I ran so many benchmarks. My God, I'm still running just for fun now. You can see this. You can see this. That's an N97 mini PC. I benchmarked that. I benchmarked it with 3D Mark because it's fun to do. Like, what? 51. Yeah. It can run supposedly that N97 mini PC can run Apex Legends at like over 100 frames per second, which I think is ludicrous. I'm going to test it soon. I don't believe it at all. It also apparently GTA 5 is supposed to be able to do like 100 plus. It's insane to me what PCs are capable of, especially like the mini PCs. God damn. All right. Major reason I was having system instability or issues with my PC is because I was running 4.6 of RAM with Expo enabled at 6,000 megahertz. And it was running. It was booting. It was totally great. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. Apparently, you're not supposed to do that. I didn't know that. So I guess you can run 4.6 of RAM at like 4,800 megahertz, which is what it was trying to default back to all the time. And then me being just like not... Oh, okay, here's why though. So I was under the impression that you could use 4 sticks of single rank memory. That's not the case. Or like, it is the case. You want to use 4 sticks of single rank memory if you're going to use 4-channel or whatever it is. But I thought like as long as they were single rank, it would just be stable and you could run your XMP or Expo profiles on them and it'd just be fine. But I guess not. We'll see. I guess I could be wrong here again, but I guess like the most ideal is just to have your RAM soldered onto your memory or onto your motherboard. But I don't think we'll ever have motherboards with soldered memory. But it would be really interesting. It would be. I hope a manufacturer actually experiments with mounting like 48 or 64 gigabytes of RAM directly to the motherboard on like an AM5 socket. That'd be very interesting. And I wonder like how much cooler it would be overall, or how much faster it could be as like a system. But I'm not gonna test that. You can, maybe. Okay. I also updated the chipset drivers. That had to happen. Oh, look at this. I didn't read my notes. I wrote this like a week and a half ago. I finished filming and benchmarking like 2.5, maybe 3 weeks ago now. Yeah. I started streaming again, by the way. We're playing Death Stranding. Follow me on Twitch. Come join in. It's fun. Okay, here we are. Yeah, so it's been like 21 days since I started filming this in total. And then it took like 3 or 4 days to do the overclock and undervolt and whatnot. And now like 17 days to get over the agonizing feeling of being like, God damn it, why didn't I film all that stuff I was doing? It would have taken up so much storage though. I didn't know what I was doing or how long it was going to take. So like, how do you plan out a filming session for that? A photo shoot? I don't know. Okay, back to the software. Benchmate for R23 multicore. I already talked about that. Furmark for testing the GPU. I don't think I retested that. I've done, okay, now we're gonna get back to original thought. I've done so many goddamn benchmarks. Here are the screenshots. We're just like benchmarks. All those benchmarks. Those are the befores. And now we're gonna do the afters. All the benchmarks. That's gonna be like 5 of them. There's so many more benchmarks. Like, I'm not even gonna talk about it anymore. It's too much. Okay, so right now I'm having an issue with, not anymore. I fixed that issue. It's not even an issue. Like, it's in my notes, but like it's such old notes that I've fixed the issues that I had for this video. Okay, that's that. The Corsair Nautilus 240 ARGB AIO liquid cooler is pretty fantastic. It does a great job for cooling the 7800 X3D. Like it does a very admirable job. I have no worries about my CPU overheating or thermally throttling, and yeah, I'm impressed with it. I'm very happy. I should show you. I don't like I should probably show you my settings in freaking Afterburner. Maybe we will do that. I have it screenshot, so you'll be able to see what the profile looks like. So I'll definitely have all these benchmarks up here. They're probably still on screen right now, the befores and the afters, or we're probably in the afters now. My scores improved so freaking much. It was ridiculous. I was pretty disheartened. I was discouraged. I was sad at the beginning for my benchmarks. The scores were so low. They were so far below average that I was like, God damn, did I get lemons? Did I lose the silicon lottery 2 times over with the GPU and CPU? Like that would, like, benchmarking can break your heart a little bit if you didn't get good equipment. And that's a scary thought, because like you spend so much money on this stuff. Like, you want it to be good equipment, but then so if you don't benchmark, you just won't know. And like, that's like peace of mind right there. Unless you benchmark and then find out that it's like really good stuff. Okay, but so yeah, before, when I was first doing like the benchmarks, I started getting like apprehensive that my hardware was going to be like bad, or is potentially like faulty or damaged from the car accident still. But after doing the undervolt of the GPU and the CPU, the performance on, or at least the performance within benchmarks, the performance within benchmarks improved a shit ton, to the point, I think they're above average now, or average, or great. They're great now, is the quote unquote great, which is pretty exciting. One thing I forgot to mention so far is I was also using Shadow of the Tomb Raider as like the game to test or to benchmark performance in general. So when I started, I was getting, or in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, in the graphics benchmark that they have within their own settings, when I did the initial benchmark, I got like an average of 115 frames per second, and that was with DLSS on, by the way. It's like DLSS was on, and I got an average of 115 frames per second. Then after installing fan control, like just fan control, and then applying like a good fan curve to my case fans and GPU and stuff, that went to, turning DLSS off and all other settings being the same, I improved from 115 frames per second average to 174 frames per second average. Fucking massive. Like, that's almost doubling in the average frame per second. I think it's something like a 60 or how does this go? So we need 115 over 174 is x over 100. Or do we want 174? We want 174 over 115. So we're left with 51.3% improvement. So we had a 51.3% increase in frames per second just from applying a proper fan curve to the system. That's crazy. And then after all of this, so all said and done, my benchmark in Shadow of the Tomb Raider is the same. Like, it's not better, it's not worse, but what it is way more efficient. My power consumption has, I actually don't. So here's the thing with the undervolt that's been confusing for me. So your power consumption is going down, but that's giving you more thermal headroom to boost, so you're driving everything harder, and you're utilizing more by utilizing less, and that's weird. It's kind of trippy. Maybe I'm wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. This video is very long. I don't know if anyone's gonna get this far. Especially there's no PC building action going on. Like, man. Yeah. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, please. I'm very happy with everything that Captain Diabetes and I have been able to do. So right now, I'm probably, like, as we speak, I am on Twitch playing Death Stranding live. I made it past the point where I kept on crashing, and that's been freaking fantastic. Every game I've been playing now has been stable. No, I have no more black screens, no more inexplicable just like errors going on. It's awesome. And I will forever be benchmarking my computers moving forward, like from now on, forever and always. That's just something I'll be doing. It's incredible, like, that I've had this system for almost 2 years now. I think it's almost 2 years now, and it has not been running properly in any of that time since I built it, because I didn't take the necessary steps to fully, like, set it up, I guess. And these are things I used to do when I was younger, but I guess, like, as I got older, I just got more complacent with, like, building PCs. It just kind of became more of a second nature type thing, and I lost some of the better practices that I had. Like, I used to use fan control I used to use Afterburner on every system that I had before this, but I didn't for some reason I didn't download it on this one. So I think that's a very interesting, like, shift in my own way of approaching PC building. But yeah, okay. I have another video that's gonna be coming out soon, and that is teaching an NZXT. It's an older case. It's my previous PC, but I'm teaching that case how to breathe. And in that video, we add an externally mounted 200 meter Noctua. Wait. So in that video, we add this to the outside of an NZXT case. Very fun to do. I'm still in the editing process. So there's a theme here. I start videos, I start filming, and then I don't finish filming. For some reason, I get into the project and then I stop filming. Like, I get too absorbed in, like, the doing that I stop capturing, and that's been kind of frustrating. Because I have like a shit ton of, like, great half videos that, like, you can't go back and fix some of them. But yeah, so you'll see that, and or probably tomorrow I'm gonna go, and we're actually gonna benchmark my brother's PC, and we're gonna make it run better, just like I did to this PC. I'm gonna do it for him as well. We need to finish setting up that PC properly after adding that 200 millimeter. Oh, I got the hiccups. That 200 millimeter fan to the outside. But yeah, until next time. My name is StrongSad. This is my channel. Follow my second channel, please. StrongSad post-live. Post-live. That's where my Twitch VODs will be getting uploaded and archived, essentially. Follow me on Twitch, please. I need followers so that I can get subscribers, and so that I can be making money, and so that I can get my dad... well, I just need money in general so I can live, but also, I'd like my dad to stop being like, Jacob, make money. I'm letting you live here for free, and you're still not making money. Like, what's going on? You can't have this much mental trauma. Like, come on. Like, Dad, I get it. I'm sorry. So I need to make money. So please subscribe, follow. Do whatever we need to do to make it so that I can do this full time, please. Please comment. If you have any comments, any thoughts, if you want to make fun of me down in the comments, you can do that. I'll probably block you. but like, accountability and free agency. It's a beautiful thing. So do whatever you want. Be held accountable for it later on. That's a positive thing, by the way. And I hope to see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you don't have friends, share with strangers. Like, post it on Reddit somewhere. Or I don't care about Instagram. Reddit's the only one I use, which is rough. Yep. Bye.